Hey everyone, welcome aboard. This is FSD Supervised version 12.5.4.1. We've had this for a few days now, but we're actually going to do a recorded drive. Just like the previous video, we are picking 10 random spots in residential areas here in Orange County, California, primarily suburban driving in a newer area of Irvine, California known as the Great Park. The streets in this area are not square city blocks. They're kind of all over the place in terms of the street design. So it should provide a good test for FSD to navigate. If you know anything about Irvine, California, it is also known as Tesla Town. There are tons of Teslas in the city, and it's pretty clear that the arterials, the major streets in Irvine, are already well known by FSD. It performs really well on the major streets. So putting FSD through its paces in some of the lesser known residential streets should give it a interesting test. There's also roundabouts, some other features, shared driveways, so this should be a little bit more interesting than just driving on the main arterials. For those of you who are new to the channel who haven't seen my FSD videos in the past, this is a 2023 Tesla Model Y with the 4680 cells built in Austin. So this is an obsolete Model Y, no longer sold, but it does have the hardware for FSD, and I've been an FSD beta tester since 2021. Previous to this, we had a Model 3, and we transferred FSD from that 2018 Model 3 to this Model Y. And I've seen it go from, almost an unusable piece of software to something that I use every day, and I'm really excited about the progress that it's made. So we're here in the first roundabout, gone through this roundabout many times in the past, and it's handling this one without a problem as expected. I am excited that today, I guess, lots of Tesla owners got another month of free FSD supervised trial for 30 days. I think that's great to get people to see how far the software has progressed since version 11, which I think was the last time they offered a free trial for the bulk of the fleet. So if you're one of those people who just got the free trial and want to test it out, this is a great time. I think we have another Tesla, a Model X, and that version does not have FSD permanently, but we did get the trial on that one, and that one is only on 12.3.6. I do think that Tesla should be pushing for the most recent version of FSD. We're running 12.5.4.1 on this Model Y, but I do know that there are some early adopters that are already running 12.5.6. So the sooner we can get to the most recent iteration, to the bulk of the people that are on the trial, I think the better off we'll be. There's a huge improvement on 12.5.4.1, even compared to 12.3.6. So the sooner we can get to that latest build, I think the more likely you'll be able to convince people to subscribe or purchase FSD supervised on their own vehicles. I also wonder if the trial provided to a lot of owners is also a way for Tesla to gather more information from the fleet in anticipation of the release of FSD version 13. So the more data that they have, the more they can feed it into their models, and the better off FSD will be for everyone. That's just the theory. Not sure if that's really what's happening, but that would be great. All right, so going through this area called Novel Park, kind of interesting houses for Irvine. It's definitely not a typical design for this area. All right, so we're gonna cancel this one out. So we're going to move on to the next location. Driving through a shared driveway space here. On the last recorded drive, we had a handful of disengagements and interventions. This car sees some pedestrians to the left of us, takes it cautiously, drives slowly since there's kids, so great job FSD. Okay, so I was driving previously when we started this video with sunglasses on. Now we're on just regular glasses so that the attention monitoring is active. See if I can do this with by minimizing the number of times I touch the steering wheel. As you can tell on the map, we're going through like a zigzag pattern here. And going through a newer part of this area. I think there might be some new construction here if I'm not mistaken. This part's a little bit more densely packed, more street parking for cars. It looks like we're going to be turning into this shared driveway space. It looks like they're still doing some construction here. The last time we were here, the vehicle did not see these cherry pickers and actually almost hit one. So I'm hoping that this time around it does a better job of noticing the other equipment in the area. It's construction workers. So yeah, they're still not finished with these homes. We're going to turn to the shared driveway space here. Let's edit the trip, cancel this one out, move on to the next location. Alright, not sure what's happening here. The car has kind of just frozen. I'm going to give it a little bit of the gas here. Alright, so I'm not sure what's happening here, but the car is basically just, seems like it's trying to turn but stopped. So let's see if we can get its way out of this predicament. Okay, looks like it's not. So I am going to have to disengage here. Straighten up the car and see if we can figure it out here. Okay, let's re-engage. For some reason this driveway has given it problems. The last time I drove through here it came really close to a cherry picker. This time it just froze for some reason. Not sure what happened there. But we're back on track. Heading to the next location. About to enter another roundabout here. This is roundabout number 3 on this drive. Entering roundabout without a problem. It's clear. Passing through this recreational area on the left. This is the pools. It's a volleyball, swimming pools, and recreational parks. It's a really nice area of Irvine. I don't live here, but you can see why people like this area. About to make a left onto this next street. 4-way stop. Taking a left turn, no problem. Car successfully avoids this wide opening by that driver on his driver's side door. to make it to our next random residential pin drop. So let us close this one out. We're going to go around this FedEx truck, go on to the next destination. Taking that curve a little close to the left. I would have tried to go further to the right if that was me. Minor point. I changed the route slightly. I'm going to take this alternative route, go to the right instead. I'll try a different road that we haven't traveled on this drive yet. Okay, waits for this pedestrian with the dog. There is a pedestrian with a small child. Car successfully goes around the pedestrian. Let's make a right here onto Bosque, next to a City of Irvine recreational park with a nice hiking trail. I feel like I'm making a real estate tour video instead of an FSD video. That's how good FSD has become. There's like not very many interesting things to talk about since it's so good these days, and that's good for all people that have FSD, all Tesla drivers that have chosen to have FSD on their vehicles. Eventually these recordings are just going to be not necessary anymore to show how far this has become, how far it's come. The drives are going to be uneventful, as they should be. The longer time goes on. So if you saw that Cybertruck that just passed through, is a Model X on the opposite lane. Truly, we are in Tesla Town. Okay, we're entering this roundabout. Not a problem. This is, I think, roundabout number 4. And anyway, we're crossing this bridge that goes over Bosque Park. Some construction. Looks like they're putting some dedicated bike lanes on both sides of the street. We're going to make a left onto the next street. Alright. Car is hopefully going to go around these construction workers. Yep. No problem. Drives a bit slow and cautious as expected. Alright, so about to make a turn into this neighborhood. Let's edit the trip, cross this out, go to the next location, the next random residential pin drop. Really interesting architecture. I think these are tri-level homes. The next location. X Plaid. These drivers are becoming so boring that I'm just resorting to calling out interesting Teslas when I see them. Another Model X over there. Make a right turn on the next street, which is Majeska. I think it's going to push us into this area by an elementary school. Don't think they're off yet, so there shouldn't be any school traffic yet. There is some gardening equipment and maintenance on the right. Looks like it's well to the side though. Oh, looks like they're setting up some Halloween decorations. Alright, left here in front of this elementary school. On the right is Cadence Park. I'm gonna make a left onto the next street. It's Episode. Trip for the next location. Alright, just want to close that one out. Turn on the AC, hopefully it doesn't mess with the audio here. Let's make a right on this street. Then we're going to enter yet another roundabout coming up at the terminus of this street. So this area that's being developed used to be Marine Corps Air Station El Toro. So it's this massive former military base that's being redeveloped into homes. Cars yielding to this John Deere maintenance vehicle. Going to yield to this Model Y incoming. Turn it roundabout without a problem. There's more construction again on this street. They're putting dedicated bike lanes, left and right. I think that's a great idea considering how much school traffic is probably here. There's a high school coming up ahead, and I don't know how it is in your community, but over here there are tons of electric bikes. It's like the preferred method of getting to high school these days, I guess. I wonder how much they've replaced just traditional cars to get to school. It seems like it's a cheaper way to get to school, but faster than just a regular bike. So, making a right here. This is some of the newer parts of the Great Park. This is, I think, Solace Park? Oh, Luna Park. Okay, so that's how fast Irvine is changing. I'm not even familiar with some of these new neighborhoods. Turning in here. Trip. So we can go on to our next location. to Model Y is the end of that cul-de-sac. I don't know how many of you actually watched the robotaxi presentation a few days ago, but after seeing what they were doing at the Warner Brothers studios, watching those robotaxis function autonomously, truly autonomously, and then combined with the observed progress on FSD that I see on a daily basis, like, it's hard to deny that Tesla is moving rapidly towards the autonomy that they have talked about for so long. You know, I've been a skeptic. I've moved from a skeptic to cautiously optimistic in my time as a Tesla owner since 2018. Kind of went from being, yeah, that's nice talk, not really going to happen anytime soon or even in my lifetime, to now here we are where I've basically been just an observer of this technology rather than actually participating and driving to this location, to 10 random residential locations. They're not geofenced or pre-programmed or remote controlled. This is just the car reacting to its environment, seeing what it sees like a human being, reacting to obstacles, people, other vehicles, obeying the rules of the road for the most part. So that's all incredible to me still up to now, even though I've been doing this for so long. All right, gave the car a bit of a gas there because it was hesitating for that Model X. We are in a 25 mile per hour zone apparently, but the car's going 37, which it is over the speed limit, but it's also not out of the realm of what a human would do in the same situation. Considering it's like an empty street, pretty wide, there's no one else on the road right now. Alright, so we're almost to our final destination here, which is Solis Park. So if you've made it this far in the video, really appreciate it. I just want to showcase how far this technology is progressing. I don't necessarily think this is something that I would use like for every single drive, but I could see using FSD for people that absolutely need to get somewhere but they can no longer drive. Disabled people, people that are elderly. So this is wonderful. I'm fairly certain by the time I am of the age where I can no longer drive myself, it's comforting to know that at least I'll probably have FSD or whatever version or whatever the technology is called by that time to kind of take over the driving duties. Alright, so here we are at Solis Park. Again, thank you for watching if you've made it this far in the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.